What if I told you there's a weapon considered so inhumane it's banned from the battlefield, yet police can legally use it on their own citizens? This isn't a hypothetical scenario. This is the reality of riot control agents, more commonly known as tear gas. These aren't just tools for making people uncomfortable. They are potent molecules designed to induce pain and fear, capable of shaping the dynamics of a protest and leaving lasting impacts. Today on Fun Facts Online, we're going behind the smokescreen to deconstruct the chemistry, the history, and the profound social consequences of the unseen weapon. The story of chemical crowd control begins not on city streets, but in the trenches of World War I. While irritating smokes had been used for centuries, the Great War was the crucible for modern chemical weapons. Armies on both sides used agents like chloroacetophenone or CN, not necessarily to kill, but to incapacitate soldiers, ruin their aim with uncontrollable tearing, and flush them out of fortified positions. After the war, these battlefield agents found a new home. The post-war United States was a landscape of social and labor unrest. Law enforcement, seeking an alternative to firing live rounds into striking workers and rioters, became a receptive new market. The U.S. Army's Chemical Warfare Service, keen to justify its peacetime existence, began actively promoting tear gas as a humane method for quelling domestic disturbances. Private companies, often started by former military officers, began selling these agents directly to police departments. One of the most infamous early uses came in 1932, when World War I veterans, known as the Bonus Army, were protesting in Washington, D.C. to demand early payment of their service bonuses. Under orders from President Herbert Hoover, the military dispersed them with tear gas, an act that caused widespread public outrage but ultimately cemented the role of chemical agents in domestic policing. This set a precedent that continues today, a cycle of military development followed by adaptation for law enforcement. Over the decades, the arsenal evolved from the original CN gas to more potent compounds, creating the chemical toolkit used in modern crowd control. So what exactly are these agents? First, the term tear gas is a bit of a misnomer. These substances aren't gases at all. They are solid, crystalline powders at room temperature that are dispersed as a fine aerosol, almost like a chemical dust cloud. Their power lies in their ability to hijack our body's sensory systems, causing rapid incapacitation. Let's look at the key players at a molecular level. The most common agent used today is CS gas. Its chemical name is 2-chlorobenzylidine malononitrile, and the name CS comes from the surnames of its British inventors Corson and Stoughton. CS is synthesized through a process called a Neuvin-Agel condensation reaction. But what makes it so effective is how it interacts with our bodies. CS is an incredibly potent activator of an ion channel called TRPA1. This receptor is found all over your pain-sensing neurons, in your eyes, your skin, and your respiratory tract. When CS binds to this receptor, it forces it open, causing a massive influx of calcium ions into the neuron. This sends a powerful, overwhelming pain signal straight to your brain. To put it in perspective, the oils in mustard and wasabi activate this same receptor, which is why they feel hot. But CS is about 1,000 times more potent. This is why exposure causes an immediate and intense burning sensation in the eyes, profuse tearing, violent coughing, and a painful burning of the skin. Next in the arsenal is OC, or oleoresin capsicum, better known as pepper spray. Unlike CS, OC is not a single synthetic chemical. It's a complex extract from chili peppers. The active ingredients are a family of compounds called capsaicinoids, with the most famous being capsaicin itself. Capsaicinoids work on a different receptor, the TRPV1 ion channel. This is often called the capsaicin receptor because it's the same one that detects heat and the spicy pain from eating hot peppers. When capsaicin binds to TRPV1, it tricks your brain into thinking you're being burned, causing intense pain, inflammation, and temporary blindness. Its effects are very localized, which is why it's used in both crowd control and for individual subject control. Then there's CR gas, or dibenzoxazepine. Developed by the British Ministry of Defense, CR is considered the most potent of the common riot control agents, reportedly twice as powerful as CS. It also targets the TRPA1 channel, but with extreme efficiency. Exposure causes such intense skin pain that it earned the nickname fire gas. Victims describe the feeling as being thrown blindfolded into a bed of stinging nettles. And uniquely, applying water to skin exposed to CR can actually amplify the pain, making it incredibly difficult to decontaminate. The use of these chemicals is not just a physical assault, it's a psychological one, rooted in outdated theories of how crowds behave. For much of the 20th century, police tactics were shaped by the French psychologist Gustave Le Bon. He argued that when people join a crowd, they lose their individual personality and are swallowed by a